have someone else's essay in a feedback sheet, go ahead and put your name at the top up here. Circle the type of essay that you're going to be providing feedback on. This essay is a personal narrative, so I circled personal narrative. And write down a brief description of what the essay topic was. This was the essay that you had to write about a time whenever you had to make a difficult decision. So I just filled in difficult decision over here. Then you're ready to get started. Step 1 in providing feedback is going to be to count the number of paragraphs in the essay. This essay has 2 paragraphs. So I'm going to come over here and write 2. The second step, the number of sentences that are in each paragraph. So I'm going to go back to each paragraph and count how many sentences are in each paragraph. 1, 2, 3, 4. And write that number up here. 1. Whenever you're doing this step, make sure that you're counting just the number of periods that are in each paragraph. This doesn't have anything to do with whether or not the sentences are complete sentences or not. Step 3, you're going to count the number of words in each sentence. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, if I've done this correctly, then I should have 12 blanks filled out here because there are 12 sentences in the entire essay. And so if I count down here, then I counted 12, so I did it right. Step 4, you're going to write down the first word of each sentence. The purpose behind writing down the first word of each sentence is to just make sure that the author used a lot of variation or lots of different words in their writing, and that they changed up the way that their sentences sound. If the author starts every sentence or most sentences with the same word, then it's probably not a very good essay. So I already got started on the final step, which is to actually read the essay and then pick out what you thought was the best word in every sentence. So it's totally up to you what you pick as the best word. It's your opinion. I'm going to do just a few more for you because I know that this can probably be pretty tedious, so I'm just going to do a couple more sentences and show you, and then you're going to finish up these 5 columns right here, okay? Once you have finished the top section and you've read the essay, then you need to come down to the bottom and give the author some feedback. The first question is, what was your favorite aspect of the essay? It could have been the topic, you thought the topic was interesting, they had really good grammar, a good introduction, and why? For this essay, I thought that this essay was very relatable. The author did a really good job of writing about a difficult decision that probably everyone has faced. And so I'm going to write that down. Once you've given some positive feedback, then you need to come down here and answer this question. It says, what part of this essay was confusing to you and why? The end, this last sentence, was a bit confusing to me. The author writes, hopefully I make the right decision next time. I was a bit confused because I didn't feel like this essay was about a time whenever the author made a wrong decision in the first place. And so I really like how this author tried to kind of wrap up this essay really nicely, but I would have either liked to hear more about how this, or I would have liked to hear more about whenever this author did something wrong, or I would want this sentence right here to start a new paragraph, and I would want it to have some more details, maybe like the author was talking to the reader, or maybe the author could add a little bit about why or what the consequences were of making a bad decision. So I'm going to write that down here. Finally, you want to score this essay. It says, what score does this essay deserve on a scale of 1 to 4? 1 is the worst and 4 is the best, and why? You're going to be scoring this essay, the essay that you're reading, based on organization. Organization is how well the author stayed on topic, and if the essay kind of just made sense together. Okay, details, this would be the descriptions that the author used in their essay, or any information that kind of helped you relate to the story. And then finally, grammar and spelling, and that one's pretty explanatory. And there you have it. Once you have finished this entire paper, then you can put it with the original essay, stick it back into the author's writing portfolio, and then grab the or pass that folder on to the next person and get yourself another essay to rate and review.